Welcome to Detroit Sports Jersey Media, Sundays from 11 a.m. to noon, broadcasting live from Detroit and stretching to the heart of Central Texas, here on FM 88.1 WHPR with co-hosts Longhorn and the Jersey Girl. Straight sports talk, no professionals here. And now, here's your host that never gets it right, but is never wrong, Will Sims.
Sports Jersey. I'm Will. Haley Scott sitting next to me. Happy New Year's to everybody.
Happy New Year's.
All right, Longhorn, what time is it?
Game time, prime time. Detroit Sports Jersey Media time. Let's get it on, popcorn. Happy New Year's to everybody. 2016 in the house.
All right. Well, everybody have a good New Year?
Yeah, I had a good one.
Oh, yeah? You party a lot?
A little bit, but no hangovers, though, thank the Lord.
How about you, Longhorn?
Well, I had a great New Year's. Me and the missus sat down, ate some pizza, watched some movies, looked out our backyard. We can see downtown San Antonio from our backyard. You know, we're about 20 minutes out on the outskirts of San Antonio, so we could watch the fireworks. It was a nice, clear night, so we had a great time for New Year's.
They shot fireworks off on down there?
They shoot fireworks, man. It was lines. You know, they just got all type of fireworks stands down here in Texas. It was lines all outside the area. People coming buying fireworks. I don't personally get into fireworks myself because, you know, I'd rather watch them than, you know, explode them.
Yeah, well, I had a good New Year's Eve too, starting with that game, Alabama and Michigan State. And let's just jump right. Let's just jump right off into it and say, "I told you so."
Have to talk about
yes,
that.
We do. Yes, roll ties, roll, baby. I told y'all.
They got spanky
Woo.
dates. Spanky dates.
Yeah, let's jump right off in there with 2 feet with that. You know, the good and the bad and the ugly of the bowl games. And I think that was the ugly of the ugliest. Alabama 38, Michigan State 0.
Wasn't ugly on this end.
You can't spell 0 without an O in it.
Wasn't ugly on this end.
Oh, I know what ugly for you. You started out there rolling around in the dirt with your Bama T-shirt on, talking about roll ties, roll.
Man, boy, what a way to bring in 2016. And we're going to get the national championship January 11th.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Counting your chickens before they hatch.
4 national titles in 9 years under Nick Saban. Man, he got to be the greatest coach of all times in college football. Do you agree, Longhorn?
No, I don't agree, because I'm not a Bama fan.
It don't matter about being a fan. Get a man his dues. I hate people like you. Y'all don't like to give people their credit, man. Get a man his credit.
Okay, now, if they don't win the national championship, are you still going to say he's the greatest coach of all time in national football?
We don't go on what ifs in Alabama. We don't do that. We don't play that.
We don't do that. You know what you do for? You know what you do? You know I notice. You know what I notice about you, Will? You full of excuses. If Bama does not win the national championship, you're gonna come back next Sunday with an excuse on why they didn't win. Either you're gonna blame the coach or the referee.
We don't play that game. We don't play that game down in Alabama. Matter of fact, we blew you guys out so bad. We want to make sure there wasn't no excuses. 38-0. Look at the scoreboard. What's y'all
looked at the scoreboard. Michigan got stomped like a mud puppy.
No, Michigan won. Michigan State got stomped.
Well, you know Michigan State. Michigan State. Okay. For you Wolverine fans out there, I apologize for not putting the state at the end of Michigan. Michigan State got stomped like mud puppies, but Michigan, the Wolverines, did win 41. And they beat Florida, Michigan Wolverines 41, Florida 7. Did you look at the run game? Did you look at the run game of the Spartans?
No, you know what was amazing?
There was no run game.
No. I'm telling you what was amazing that stood out with that game. They held Florida to I think 29 total yards in the second half. That defense.
Yeah, the defense of Bama was killing them.
The run game was awesome with Michigan, but that defense was amazing. 29 yards in 30 minutes. Come on, man. You don't get no better than that.
The Spartans. The Spartans only average 1.1 yard. How you gonna average 1.1 yard? Come on now.
That defense. I told you, man. Alabama front four, dog, was the best they ever had. I told you this. Did I not tell you this?
You know it personally, huh?
Did I not tell you this?
I don't know. I have to go back to the tape.
Hey, look at that. 313-868-3688. Don't listen here, my man, for real. Give me a Nick Saban's ideal. I told you.
How about I give Bama their due, Roll Ties their due, and I just tell you, okay, you was right this time. How's that? Let's agree to disagree. You was right this time.
I'm right every time, remember. I never get it right, but I'm never wrong.
I knew you was gonna go back to that old fallback. You never right, but you never get it wrong, just like in the intro.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was, and also we had another ugly upset. Now, I'm not even gonna say upset. Another ugly bowl game. What happened to Iowa? Where were they at? Were they in the cornfield someplace?
You know what's
They lost.
sad?
They lost. Stanford whooped up on them 45-16. Come on now. That sounds like a basketball game they playing. What's going on, Will?
Let me tell you this right now. Let me tell you something about the Big Ten. They ain't ready for the big boys. It's as simple as that. They're not ready for the big boys. Alabama is in a whole nother league.
That's only one team, brother. That's only one team in the SEC. What are you talking about? You got like Alabama's the whole freaking NCAA college football league. Alabama. Is Alabama the whole college football to you? The big boys?
Let me ask you a question. Name me one. Just give me. I'm gonna give you the whole field of every college team. I even go AA, AAA, whatever. How many divisions you want to go in?
You say AA, AAA, 9-volt battery.
Name me one college football team that is going for their 4th national championship in 9 years. You can't. That's why they just. Boy, don't get me started. You can't.
All right. Well, so we got the two uglies out the way because I just turned that game off when I saw how Stanford was thumping a mud hole in the Iowa. I was like, I don't believe this here. It was like watching a game in a Twilight Zone. However, go Buckeyes. They beat Notre Dame 44-28. So we got it. And I'm gonna take my hat off to your boy Harbaugh. He got him a bowl game in his first year. I give him credit.
That means nothing, Longhorn. We don't accept bowl games. You need a national championship. It means nothing.
Okay, hold on, brother. Hold on. You accepted the bowl game when Bama didn't make it to the first college playoff championship.
No,
you accepted that bowl game.
No, we did not. Not.
Oh, you didn't accept it.
And neither did Nick Saban. Let me tell you, I'm gonna reiterate this again, like I told you last week. When we win the national championship, Nick Saban's still not gonna be happy. You know what he's gonna be doing the next day? He's gonna be
Tell me what he's gonna be doing the next day.
Let me tell you what he does. You know, you need to do the research on Nick Saban. He will be back in his office the very next day, working on next year's team. Huh?
And so he should. All coaches should be doing that. That's just not him.
They're not
he doesn't have a patent on that type of strategy.
They're not, though. They're not Nick Saban.
No, there's only one Nick Saban. That's Nick Saban. There's only one Will. There's only one Haley. There's only one me. There's only one Jersey girl. Yes. But all coaches should be, after every game, they should be back in their war room, working on a plan for the next game, for the next season, for the next year, so on and so forth.
I can't talk. What you got coming up in your Haley comments later?
Oh, Lord.
Today I'm going to be talking about interracial dating, and is it still a problem in today's society? What do you guys think? Yeah? I think so. Yeah.
Maybe not. We'll get off into that a little bit later on. So, Longhorn.
I'm here, brother.
Clemson, Alabama. Who you got? Like I'm gonna be shocked with your answer.
I'm going with Clemson.
Wow, what a shock.
I'm going with the undefeated team. That's who I'm going with.
Okay.
Now, what do you got to say about those apples? How you like those undefeated apples? And they didn't get up there playing no okey doke teams either.
Hey, let me ask you a
So
question.
what do you got to say about that?
Did you just say you turned off a game at halftime?
I turned off the Stanford game at halftime.
You'll be turning this one off too, Longhorn. Trust me, Alabama will be up by 20.
No, you know what's going to happen is I'm going to call you during the game, and you're not going to answer my phone call.
I don't answer my phone during the games. No, I don't. You right. And I'm telling you right now, don't waste your dime. Don't call me. You right. Even if we up by 20, 30, don't call me because you're a jinx.
You're not going to – no, you're not going to call me. I mean, you're not going to answer the phone because you're going to be sitting over there biting your nails, come out, please, Bama, do something, please, because I don't want to hear my brother's mouth after this game is over. You are going to go into the witness protection program, so I cannot get in touch with you about the game. That's what's going to happen.
I'm telling you right now in public, don't call me. I ain't going in high. I'm telling you right now, I don't answer my phone during big games. I don't answer.
You're not gonna answer your phone after the game when Bama loses.
Listen, let me tell you something right now. I don't answer my phone during the World Series, NBA championship finals, college playoffs finals, or the Super Bowl. Don't call me. No, I do not answer my phone. That goes for you and anybody else out there. No, I don't answer my phone because if my team is winning, y'all will jinx me.
Oh Lord, here we go with the jinx.
Don't call me.
Look, this is not a Harlem Nights now.
Oh yeah, by the way, let me give a shout out to my boy Dre. You can bring that prize that I won over from you any day. Now I know you're listening, and there's no excuses. I'll be home today around 1:30. Bring it on by, and quit hiding. We made a friendly wager on your Detroit Lions. I won fair and square. Just stop by between 1 and 1:30. I know you're listening because you tell me you listen every Sunday. I will be expecting you at my place today between 1 and 1:30. Thank you. Continue, Longhorn.
Yeah, as I was saying, after the game, mark my words, listeners, Will is going to go into the witness protection program because he does not want to hear anybody call him telling him what happened to Bama. You know what he's going to take? This is going to be his fallback, y'all. Hey, we lost. You win some, you lose some. But guess what? Nick Saban is in the locker room now preparing for next year because that's what Nick Saban does. You win some, you lose some. I don't want to talk about it no more. Let's move on to the next subject. That's going to be his. That's if we can find him.
Did I didn't say that last year when Ohio State beat us. So what are you talking about? I don't have.
I couldn't find you for a whole week, brother. I had to send out the dogs, the hounds to find you.
Let me tell you something about us roll ties down in Alabama.
When you lose, you roll on out to the ocean. Y'all roll on out. That's what's happening.
When you sitting up with 15 national championships under your belt, you don't have to make no excuses. And with Nick Saban having 3 of those, going for number 4 in the last 9 years, you don't need no excuses. The excuses are made for your Detroit Lions. That's who your excuses are made for, your Detroit teams. I root for winners and winners only. Don't get quiet on me now.
No, I'm just taking it all in to hear your voice now because I know after the game I probably won't speak to you for about a week or two because you're gonna be in the witness protection. I'm hiding behind Nick Saban. What I tell you, that is not a form of transportation, so you can fill in the blank. So like I was saying,
Longhorn, let's have a quick.
Let's move on to the next topic at hand. Cause
hold on, wait a minute. Before we move on, let's do a year in a review here. Okay. Who told you it was gonna win the? Who said the Kansas City Royals was gonna win the World Series?
Their stats. Their stats told me they were gonna win.
Just answer the question. Who told you that?
The coach told me. I called him up personally.
Of course I did. I answered
I knew you
for
were
you.
gonna say.
I answer these questions for you. Of course I did. Who told you?
I said it. Wait a minute, hold on. I didn't say that wasn't going to win either. I said it was going to win also.
We're moving on to something else now. Who told you that the Seahawks was going to be in the playoffs? Of course I did. Of course I did. Who told you?
Who told you they're not going to win the Super Bowl?
We're moving on to something else now, Longhorn. We're moving on to something else now.
Whoa. Hold on, pumpy brakes. Who told you the Seahawks would not win the Super Bowl?
Okay, well, Super Bowl ain't been played yet, so that's irrelevant.
Last year, who told you they would not win?
That's irrelevant. It ain't been played yet. We talking about games that done been played.
Oh, LG.
Nice.
All right, moving on, because you like a politician.
Who told you that
I'm
my
gonna run you for the mayor of
Rolls
Detroit, brother.
monkey stomp your Sparties? Of course I did. And dog, let's go to a commercial. I'm through with this character. I'm gonna give you some. We come back, Longhorn. We're gonna talk about your Detroit Lions and the Chip Kelly situation. Some people here want him, some don't. Want to get your opinion on that. We'll be back after a word from our sponsor.
Of Detroit sports jersey, the email address. Hello, Detroit Sports Jersey listeners. If you would like to be a sponsor of Detroit Sports Jersey, the email address is info@detroitsportsjersey.com. And the phone number is 313-624-7814. We air every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on FM 88.1 WHPR with live streaming at FM 88.1 WHPR.com. Detroit Sports Jersey offers reasonable sponsorship rates. Detroit Sports Jersey is sponsored by ENO Productions /Fiverr. That's Fiverr. ENO Productions /Fiverr does video production work, and this is where Detroit Sports Jersey goes for video work week after week. Again, that's ENO Productions /Fiverr. That's Fiverr.
All right, welcome back to Detroit Sports Jersey. I'm Will. Haley Scott sitting next to me. And the Longhorn. What you got coming up later, Haley?
Is interracial dating still a problem in today's society? Would love to know what you guys think about that topic. So, what are we going to talk about now? You sound so sad. It's the new year.
I'm a champ.
Your team won.
I'm a champ.
They
Champs
stumped.
Don't be sad. It sounds sad to you guys here in Detroit because y'all not real. Outside the Pistons and the Red Wings and the Tigers since '84, y'all really not used to winning here. I'm used to winning. That's my format.
You used to winning, okay.
I'm a winner.
But you know what? You're used to winning, but I noticed something about you, Will. You're used to winning until something in your organization or the team that you rooting for doesn't go the way you like it, then you jump ship.
Exactly.
Crack is an example, 49ers. They let go of Harbaugh, you drop them like a hot potato. But before that, when Harbaugh was there, before Harbaugh got there, it was 49ers. As soon as they drop Harbaugh, you drop them like a hot potato. So you're used to winning until your organization that you rooting for does something that you do not like.
See,
you don't want to stick by them.
Whoa. You contradict yourself. First of all, let me point something out to you with that 49er situation. Yeah, I was you got a couple of things right there. Yeah, I left when they fired Harbaugh. I'm gonna give you that right.
That's right. That's right. I said it.
Before Harbaugh got there was losers, and I still supported that organization. But
I said that. I said before he got there, you still supported him.
Then.
But once Harbaugh left, then you dropped him like hot potato.
Let me finish. They was losers then. They're losers now. The reason I don't support that is because they got rid of the wrong guy. And guess who's next? The quarterback. The same guys that every guy that was crying in that locker room about Harbaugh is the problem. Some of them not even there no more, and the ones that are still there are on their way out. So obviously he wasn't the problem. The general manager and the owner is the problem. That's why I left there and stopped supporting them. See, if you Lions fans would do the same thing, y'all would get better product out on the field. But y'all still go down there and support that garbage. So that's why. Number two,
Number two. Bring it on. What's the list?
I'm always gonna support an organization that does the right thing in my eye. And Alabama,
Here we go back to Bama.
and Alabama always does the right thing in my eye. Now I'm gonna tell you who don't do the right things.
In your eye.
313-868-368 if you want to join this conversation. This the last game of the season. NFL's wrapping up. Playoffs about to start soon. Super Bowl down the road. Jim Kelly just got fired. Do you want him here or do you not want him here? I mean Chip Kelly, I'm sorry. Not Jim Kelly, Chip Kelly. Philadelphia Eagles former coach. Now he went 10-6, 10-6. And this year he had an awful season. They got rid of him. Which you know what I understand is, why they only giving the brother just one season before they want to call for his head? I think that, and I'm not saying this is a racist thing. I don't look at that way. I mean, if it was a racist thing, I don't think they would have hired him from the jump. Unlike the Tigers who never hired a black manager. That's a whole nother story. But anyway.
You ain't throwing a card out there.
I'm not throwing it out there. I'm just, flashing it. But anyway, do you want Chip Kelly here, Longhorn?
No, the reason why I don't want Chip Kelly here is not because of his record with the Eagles. My thing is, I'm tired of this roller coaster carousel. Let's just reach for stars and see, at least reach for straws, and try to get somebody where we can have an instant turnaround season. We need to stick with a coach come hell or high water and give my man Cardwell some time. Give the brother 5 years or 4 years and see what he can do. The first year he came, we went that 11-5. Everybody was like, all right, we're doing good. Second year, all right, this year, down to 2. But come on now, you just can't fire the guy after 2 years. And then now you're going to bring in somebody else, and let's see what he can do. Now, what if he doesn't work out? Oh, okay, we're going to fire him after 2 years. Let's see what else. We just can't keep hiring and firing coaches. And now the players got to work on another scheme, another game plan. No, I don't want him here. And that's the bottom line. No, we don't need Chip Kelly.
I agree.
Send him on back to college or send him to another team. We don't need Chip Kelly. I'm good with Cardwell.
So how many more years would you give Cardwell?
I would give him, second year this year. I give him 3 more years. Give him 3 more years. I give him 5 years tops. Let him stay here for 5 years. In 5 years, if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, last Sunday I said 4 and out the door. I'm going for 5. 5 to stay alive. That's my new motto for Caldwell. 5 to stay alive. 6 and he got to hit the bricks. There you go.
I mean, what about the Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford? This could be their last game as the Detroit Lions. I mean, what would you do in that? What would you do in that situation?
Hey, brother, I'm a Lions fan, so don't get me wrong out there. My brothers and sisters of the Lions roar and the Lions Den. Stafford, maybe on another team, because I looked at his stats, Will, and he's not far behind Wilson in his stats. Your boy Wilson and the Seahawks. He's not, as far as stats go now. Now, I'm not talking about winning, because we know how that goes in the winning of the games. But as far as stats goes, he's not far behind Wilson. Maybe at another team, in another league, not another league, but another team, he'll shine. But playing for us Lions, no, he's not shining. He's just mediocre. He's just getting by, and he's just collecting a paycheck. Calvin Johnson, Megatron, he's getting a little bit long in the tooth. I mean, granted, he still had a tremendous season, but it's time for him to just, move on.
Let me tell you something.
That's my 2 cents.
Longhorn, don't ever in your life compare Russell Wilson and Matthew Stafford. Let me tell you the difference between.
I'm comparing his stats. You check the stats, brother.
That's what I'm about to say. Calm down. Pump your brakes. Slow down, Cowboy Earl. Check this out. What I'm saying is, Yeah, you comparing the stats, but you know what the difference is? The stats are Russell Wilson's stats means victories and means something.
That's what I'm getting ready.
Well,
Did not just say that. Did I not
there
just
you
say
go
that?
again, Cowboy Earl, jumping off your horse. Hold on now. Matthew Stafford's stats are pure garbage stats. Means nothing. Means that the defense are playing prevent defense, so they'll give him 10, 20 yards of passing. But he would not get it in the end zone to mean nothing. And if he do get it into the end zone long, well, guess what? The game is out of reach anyway. So don't compare them. Please don't do that. That's an embarrassment to me, Russell Wilson, and the whole Seattle Seahawks organization. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
I just love the way you just sit down with these players and eat breakfast with them.
I mean,
and these coaches, you, Saban, you, Wilson, even these R&B stars, you and the R. Y'all just sit down and have breakfast and hold hands and sing Kumbaya together.
I ain't the type to name drop. I ain't like that. You know, I'm modest with the people I know, and they modest with me. So it's all good. Don't be over there hating. Don't be. don't do that. You know.
I said when it comes to when it comes to winning games.
Matter of fact, I'm about to name drop right now. I'm sitting in the room with an R&B Hall of Famer, Mr. Henry Tyler. Now, how you like that? Yeah, go chew on that one. R&B Hall of Famer. Hello?
Well, it's about time you're sitting in a room with somebody you know.
See how you do, Henry? See, you don't even want to give your props.
Your credit.
See what I'm saying? See how you do?
Hey, I didn't say anything about it. I said about time you were sitting in a room with somebody you know.
See how he try to throw you under the bus, Henry?
Just totally discredit you.
Well, you off the chain, man.
Just totally disrespect Mr. Henry Tyler like that. Why are you doing that, man?
That's dog, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, the man he's a Hall of Famer, R&B, man. Come on now. Don't get no better than that. He ain't there in the likes of who? What, Michael Jackson? Ain't you in there in the likes of Michael Jackson and Temptations and well-known people, Longhorn.
Wow.
I know, well-renowned, well-known.
Yeah.
I know him, dog. I got it. Yeah, but
hey,
as I was saying, old Chip Kelly, he couldn't cut out as a coach in college. We don't want him over here at the line. Then
hey, Longhorn,
he can keep moving on.
Hey, Longhorn, before we go to a commercial break, I'm gonna reveal something about you to Henry. Remember y'all was down at WHP, was it WGPR, doing the scene, wasn't it, Longhorn? The scene.
The scene, right?
They actually was on there as a group dancing. Yeah. What was the name of his group, Longhorn?
The Motor City Poppers.
The Motor City Poppers. Yeah, they came on there. Was yeah.
Yeah, we was break dancing back in the day on the scene.
Yeah.
On your show, hand dog.
See, you didn't even know you was in a company of a R&B Hall of Fame. And see, look at you. You didn't even know that.
See, and I was. Hey, we're both entertainers. He's an R&B singer, and I'm a ex moonwalker, break dancer.
Hey, Longhorn, who was hosting when you went down there? Nat Morris.
Right, Nat Morris.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I can't break dance now. I'm 6'3", 275 pounds, so I'm not about doing any break dance.
All right, okay, enough of that. Your history. We come back. We're gonna let's do some Haley comments. Longhorn, I was gonna do the Mayweather racist thing, but when I read the article, that it ain't really, basically I can't really make nothing out of that article. Can you real fast? Can you have something on that?
You know what I think about Mayweather? Mayweather always want to say something to stay in the news. So I'm gonna give him kudos on that. Mayweather keeps in the news by making comments about anything and everything. And bottom line is, racism in boxing, I'm like Mike Tyson said when he says about boxing. Everybody has a plan till old Mike Tyson hit him in the face that one time. So it doesn't matter whether you're black, white, purple, green, or what shade you are. When that blow come to your head in that ring, everybody's gonna bleed red or crimson red when that blood get busted up out your nose. So it doesn't matter.
All right.
Just doing too much.
When we come back, we're going to have Haley comments. Haley, what's the topic again? If y'all want to join her, 313-868-3688.
Interracial dating, yay!
We'll be back with Haley's comments.
Hello, Detroit Sports Jersey listeners. If you would like to be a sponsor of Detroit Sports Jersey, the email address is info@detroitsportsjersey.com. And the phone number is 313-624-7814. We air every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on FM 88.1 WHPR with live streaming at FM881WHPR.com. Detroit Sports Jersey offers reasonable sponsorship rates. Detroit Sports Jersey is sponsored by ENO Productions /Fiverr. That's Fiverr. ENO Productions /Fiverr does video production work, and this is where Detroit Sports Jersey goes for video work week after week. Again, that's ENO Productions /Fiverr. That's Fiverr.
Guys have tuned in to Haley's Comment. On today's show, we'll be talking about interracial dating. First, I would like to give a shout out to Miss Natalie Cole. Rest in peace, beautiful. Yeah. You know, my dad loved her. I actually was reading before I talk about the topic online how her family and her sisters was happy that they got to spend Christmas with her before she passed away on December 30th in Los Angeles. And she had a very beautiful voice, I must say. My dad loved her before he died. He used to listen to her all the time. So I just want to give a shout out to her family. We're in your prayers. And also, rest in peace, beautiful. Okay, so let's get right into it. We'll talk about interracial dating today. So basically, I want to say, ask a question to everybody out in Detroit that's listening all over, hopefully the world. We're going to get there one day. Anyways, is interracial dating still prevalent in today's society? What do you guys think? Do you think interracial dating is still a problem? Do people still have a problem with interracial dating? Well, yeah, you and Longhorn, you guys are in interracial relationships. So, what do you think?
I never have that problem. I don't even give a damn if people have a problem with it, to be honest with you.
Nope.
I love who I love. I'm happy with who I'm with, and the only problem, well, it's not a problem, but the only feedback that I get back is from my kids who actually are black, and it be from their friends. It's like, why he don't never date black women? And it's not that I haven't. Of course I have, because they're black. But I don't know, man. I just like what I like, and, I fell in love with who I fell in love with. I didn't go out there looking for a specific color, it just happened to be, Actually, let me take that lie back. I did at that time when I was single and looking, but it's funny because what I was looking for, I didn't get, but I'm happy with what I got. See what I'm saying? So I'm cool with that. Hopefully she's listening.
Shout out to you.
She gets mad. Shazza gets mad at me because she be thinking I be trying to hide the fact that I'm single and these women on Facebook and stuff like that. But I try to keep my private life,
Private?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing I'm hiding nothing. Hell, I put us on Facebook together and stuff like that on Instagram.
That's a big thing for a guy to do.
How the hell am I hiding something? I'm putting it on social media.
Because that don't mean nothing. Just because you put a picture of your person you're dating, that doesn't mean nothing.
Let me clear up something right now.
Sound like somebody apologizing to me on the air for something.
See, she thinks I'm not apologizing. I'm just explaining. Mm-hmm. I don't want nobody else out here. And just because, I see your picture, that don't mean your personality matches up with your picture. So I'm not willing to throw away what I have just because you have a cute picture on social media.
Well, that's good that you think that.
And that's real talk.
Real
there's
talk.
Some pretty women out here. She's pretty. It's You know, well, I can't help because there's pretty women. It ain't my damn fault. I ain't God. I didn't make them. You know. You know, so it is what it is. But I have no problem with it. But certain people do. Don't bother me. I don't care who you with. Goes for black. You know what? You know what's this double standard? Like black women, and it kills me. They hate to see brothers date outside their race, and brothers hate to see sisters date outside.
Doesn't
their
make
race.
any sense.
You know, so and I think outside the good old boy network, we the only one. The good old boy network and black people, men and women. I think we the only one that really have problems with that. You
Yes. Well, that make it a big issue. That it's like, I mean, I think a lot of people make it a big issue, but I just feel like, yeah, I agree. African Americans is just like, oh, you got yourself a white woman, or you got yourself someone. Oh yeah, you just want a token out of life, huh? You just she don't give you no problem. Which I feel like it's a stereotype because a lot of African American women get upset for African American men dating, like Caucasian women or Asian women or whatever race they are. They get upset like, oh, because that she not gonna do nothing. She just not gonna let you do whatever you want to, which is not true. That is a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? It's a stereotype that white women or women of a different race don't say how they feel about certain things. But I've seen a lot of interracial relationship where it was a black guy and a white woman dating, and she didn't put up with no stuff just as much as the other woman. But it doesn't have to do with because you're black or because you're white. First of all, love doesn't have a color, because I mean I just think like when you love somebody, it has nothing to do if they're blue, purple, green, Asian, black, white, Hispanic, Arabic. It doesn't matter. You love them for the person that they are on the inside, not because of the race that they are. Now, granted, a lot of people do date outside their race for specific reasons. Like I've heard guys that are African Americans say to me like, "Oh, you're too dark." I think I can't get no lighter. Okay.
Wow.
And
I never heard anybody say that.
And I'm looking at him like, well, you blacker than everybody in this room. And when Kelly or Amanda or whoever takes you home to daddy, you'll still be that black guy in their eyes. So at the end of the day, you telling me that I'm too dark for you? Oh, but then he said, you just right. If you got any darker, I wouldn't talk to you. First of all, I don't even want to talk to you. Two, you tripping. And it just makes me sick. Like, I've heard so many guys tell me that, like, oh, well, I don't like black girls because they too ghetto, they wear weave, blah, 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 blah. I like white girls or whatever. Like, it's just like, okay. Like, that makes me feel like you're ashamed of being who you are, because it shouldn't matter, because, granted, African American women are known to be a little ratchet sometimes. But I think that's what any woman that's fed up. Like, if she don't like something that you're doing, I feel like at the end of the day, because she black, she got a problem with it, or because she African American, that's why she's so loud and she don't accept that you cheat on her all the time or whatever the case is. I mean, I don't know. Am I tripping? I just want to know, because.
Well, before I turn it over to Longhorn, let me say, people that make comments about interracial day, one thing that's funny to me about that whole situation, they talk and make comments like they was in the runnings to get that person.
Yeah.
Like you was like you done made a comment like you second runner up. Like you was in, you
Mm-hmm.
you had something coming with that. And then my thing is that let's go back to that comment you just said about certain black women, black women known to be ratchet. See, you have every stereotype in every race. Like for instance, they call some white women who's not successful, living in
Becky's.
They call them white trash. You know what I'm saying? Got the ghetto women. There's some women out here, professional black women, professional white women. But if you're not considered a professional or carrying yourself like a professional, then you get labeled that stereotype, especially if you act in that way also, which is unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem right there, with that, comments, people making comments about interracial couples. But Longhorn, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, my thoughts on it is like, love who you love, be with who you want to be with. Yeah. So if you peel everybody's skin off, we're all blood and
We
guts
the same
and
color.
veins underneath anyway.
We
Somebody asked me, relating that to sports world though. If you look at somebody asked me, have I saw that there was an article on the internet about the NFL rookies, and they were showing the NFL rookies' girlfriends and wives, and they asked me a question on why do I feel that if you look at the NFL rookies and girlfriends or wives, that the black athletes' girlfriends and wives are white, but the white rookies, their girlfriend and wives are black. And they told me they said it seems kind of strange that when a black athlete makes it up until to what they call the elite status of pro player, that they'll have their wives out there on Front Street, and their wives a lot of times will be white or a different race. But you don't see a white pro athlete with black wives or black girlfriends out there on Front Street parading them around. And I said, that is very interesting. So my question is, why do you guys think that is the case? Because some people will say, oh, okay, you make that money, so now they go get them a white woman, to try to, like, as you say earlier, Haley, about trophy wife.
right.
Well, my thing with that, and it ain't, I can take it a little step further, and I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion, of course. I think that being seen with an athlete, because they're on TV quite a bit. So if you're at the games, of course, the camera's gonna pan your way, gonna put you on TV. So you have to, I don't know what word I'm looking for. It's like to be seen. You got to be put out there with them. Let them know this is my man. And this, and I'll give you a perfect. And you say why the white men don't do that? I can't answer that, but it's very interesting. No, because it's interesting because what is it? Who is he? Is it Robert De Niro? He's married to a
A
black
black woman.
woman.
Yeah.
She don't never have to be out there and be seen and stuff, but you do see him at certain events and stuff out there. But when he go to games and stuff like that, she ain't there sitting there. So she don't have to put herself out there. She knows she got her man. You know what I'm saying? And see, the
Right.
thing about that with the athletes, and movie stars are some of the same way. Athletes to me are, more women come towards their way because they looking for a payday. It's easy, and I hate to say this about some athletes, but I'm not classifying them all. But some of these athletes are not wrapped too tight when it comes to dealing with certain social situations. So they become easy targets. Let's keep it for real with some of them. And then, like I said, I've said this many times before. Some of them don't even have the education to deal with the society of being out here. You know, I don't know what word I'm looking for, man. But I know I hope y'all trying to understand what I'm saying. They just don't have that education, man, to deal with society in a certain way.
Yeah.
So it makes them an easy target. Sports athletes are targets, whether it's from females, from their friends, from their families. They are targets. The day you get drafted, the day you sign that $1 million contract, the day you sign that endorsement, you have an X on your back. You are a target unless you're very well brought up and educated. And I'm sorry to say that, put the stereotype down, but go check the history.
So, do you feel that the black athletes are being targeted by white women?
Some are, yes. And I believe, yes, I do believe that because, I'll give you a perfect example. I heard this come out of his mouth, right? Dennis Rodman, for example. Now, the reason he said that he dated white women were because, black women didn't give him a chance. They called him ugly and everything when he was growing up, but once he got made his money,
He is ugly.
then that's when the black women wanted to come and, holler at him and stuff like that. But that's, and he was always, white women always came his way or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think they're a target. I don't know. I don't know. I'm blabbing here, but that's my thoughts and opinion. You can agree with them, you don't. I don't give a damn, but that's my opinion.
Facebook has a page that I've been following. It's called Interracial Dating. It's a pretty good page. I've read a couple stories on there just about people dating different races and how long they've been together and people how a lot like their family members don't really agree with the person that they're dating, which I have heard like certain family members of mine even say it themselves, like, oh, if you ever bring someone, a white guy home, or bring, like, my mom never says that, but like even my dad, like, he used to just make like certain comments like, oh, if you ever brought a white boy home, like, and I feel like in his heart he would really would had a problem with it, like, which I completely don't understand. Like, even just now, like, watching TV and seeing, like, people that's together that are different races, like, people automatically assume, like, oh, well, you just want that girl because she got long hair, or, you just want your kids to be mixed or whatever. Like, why? Which I don't understand, because African American women, especially, always have a problem with black men dating outside their race, but they don't have a problem with having babies that with another man that is opposite race than themselves, which I think is a contradiction, because how can you be mad at an African American man for dating a white woman for whatever reason he wants to date her, regardless if it's for control or because he might actually just really love her? It's always a problem, but it's no problem with you wanting to have a mixed child, which I don't understand. Like, how can you be mad at him for wanting to date somebody outside his race, but not be upset when your child's father is mixed with white or Italian or black or whatever, or Asian, whatever, the case is. And that's how I don't see how that's not the same thing. Like, I feel like love never has a color, so it shouldn't matter about who you involve yourself with. As long as you're happy at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter if they're black, white, Indian, or whatever the case is. It should matter about if you're happy or not.
Exactly. Well, we all mess with something. Shit.
You know? You can't be.
Sorry about that, man, dog.
He's not in here.
Got caught up in the moment.
Yeah, but the interracial dating page on Facebook is a good page that I would advise a lot of people to follow, just because it's just, I love seeing, people that are dating outside their race, because it just shows that, times has really changed. And come on now, it's 2016, like, just
happy, you're happy.
If you happy, you happy. Just because they're black, or white or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, and I feel like a lot of people do get, discredited for their race, again, talk down. I can only imagine how that feels, to them, but at the same time, love who you love, and peace to you.
There it is. Haley comments. There you go. All right, thank you, Haley. Longhorn.
Yes, yes, yes.
Big game today.
Big game, big game.
Vikings, Green Bay, NFC North title up for grab. Who you got?
I got Minnesota.
Taking
and the reason why I picked Minnesota, I'm picking Minnesota 35, Green Bay 21.
I'm taking Green Bay.
Because Green Bay has been inconsistent. They've been winning by, to me, the luck of the draw. You don't know which Green Bay team is going to show up. So I'm over, and they've been pumping on all cylinders on the defense, offensive line. So I'm gonna go with Minnesota 35, Green Bay 21. Minnesota's running on all cylinders.
I'm gonna take they're playing at Green Bay, right?
They're playing in Green Bay.
I'm taking Green Bay. I think they're gonna be hyped. They need some momentum going into the playoffs. It's a home game. I mean, I know they have, struggled this season, but I believe they're gonna close out on a high note and ride that momentum into the playoffs. Now, how far they get into the playoffs, I'm not quite sure yet. But for the now, if they was playing at Minnesota, I might have jumped on that and said Minnesota too. Be honest with you, man. Minnesota's playing some outstanding football. I'm not going.
That's why. Yeah.
I'm not going to take that. They playing some outstanding football these last couple of weeks. I mean, I'm talking about blowing people out football. That's how good.
I said it one more time, blowing them out.
Yeah, the Teddy Bridgewater, the brother quarterback up there in Minnesota. I mean, he's finally, coming into his own. It's his second year in the league. So I'm not saying that, hey, I put it to you like this. I'm picking Green Bay, but it wouldn't be shocked if Minnesota went up there and spanked them boys. But the only reason I said I'm picking them, because Green Bay at home, I think they need that momentum going into the playoffs. Simple as that. And you can never, so long as Aaron Rodgers out there on the field for Green Bay, you can never count him out. Him and Eddie Lacy, the running back, I mean, that's a good 1-2 punch when they clicking together. So, Longhorn, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say this going to be tight because it's a black and blue division. Green Bay 28, Minnesota 21.
Oh yeah, the game is going to be won in the trenches. It's going to be run down in the pit. It's going to be. It has to be a defensive game. If it's a defensive game, it's Minnesota all the way. Minnesota
Longhorn,
all
give
the
me
way.
some did you knows. Longhorn.
Yes.
Give me some did you knows.
Did you know that the Seattle Seahawks is not going to win the Super Bowl? Did you know that Alabama, once they lose the championship, Will is going to go on a witness protection program because he will not want to talk to anybody. See, I can't even get it out. It's so funny. Did you know that the New England Patriots are not going to win the Super Bowl? Did you know that? Those are some did you knows for the Longhorns for this Sunday.
I got some did you knows. Hold on, wait a minute.
Here we go.
Did you know that I told Longhorn at the beginning of the season that the Royals was gonna win the World Series? Did you know
I was right.
that I told him that the Seahawks was gonna make the playoffs? Also, did you know that I told him that Daddy Bama was going to spank them Sparties? Now, did you know that? And guess what? All three of them came true. See, his did you knows are going on hopes and what ifs. My did you knows are true facts. Did you know that?
Wait a minute. Your did you knows are after the facts.
But
after the
fact that I called them. After the fact that I called them and they came true. Did you know that?
Oh man, let's go back to the tape on those calls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the red flag. I'm gonna challenge that.
Did you know Did you know every time I am proven right, the Longhorn always want to go back to the tapes? Did you know that?
Booyah!
Hey, we got another good game coming up. We got the Seattle Seahawks going against Arizona. Who you got in that game?
Seahawks.
Booyah!
Of course you do. Who else? All right, here's one for you. You got Carolina going against Tampa.
Give me Carolina.
All right, now here's a question. Last Sunday we talked about sitting down quarterbacks, and you was adamant about sitting down my boy Cam Superman.
Yep.
Because they was playing nobodies.
Yep.
So they played a nobody, as you call them, nobody team. The Jets. I mean, not the Jets. They played a nobody team, and they still lost. Right? The Patriots played a nobody team, the Jets, and they lost with the Jets with Brady in the game. So my question to you is, when your team clinches the playoffs or they got into the playoffs, shouldn't they set down their star quarterback until the playoffs begin?
Well, see, Longhorn.
I'm talking about why is Brady still playing? Why is Cam still playing?
Okay. I'm gonna wrap this up and hold in 2 minutes before we get to our big dummy. It's as simple as this. They was playing nobodies. They had nothing to prove to nobody. They was the Carolina Panther was going for the 16-0 record.
Right.
Okay. So obviously they whole team been gelling with each other all season, right?
Right, and I said let Cam play.
Do you agree with that?
I agree.
On the other hand, Tom Brady and them are positioning themselves to have home field advantage through the playoffs. Plus, he got to discover another bum on the team to make a superstar.
Another bum on the team.
It's as simple as that. Come on, let's just keep it real. He turned bums into superstars. Yes.
Wait a minute. So you trying to say he got to discover a bum on the Patriots to make a superstar.
I guarantee you there will be one when they win the Super Bowl that you never heard of, that nobody ever, when it comes out of nowhere and be the reigning MVP.
I don't understand how you can call players on the team that you used to root for bums.
Because Tom Brady, he's the only man on that team that controls the team and will make you better in your position than what you really are. You be put
Lord
on any other team.
All right, let's go on into the big dummy.
Yeah.
You don't answer no questions.
Did you
You're
know?
Like a politician. What?
Did
I'm
you
going to
know
run you for the White House or some house.
Did you know every time I'm right, Longhorn want to switch the subject in mid-air? Hit it, hand off for the big dummy.
Yep.
All right, Haley, you first.
No, wait. Longhorn, keep going. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Sorry. Internet T-Metro kind of is slow. Hey, Longhorn, you got a big dummy while I'm looking for this? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got a real big dummy for you. The TCU star quarterback, last name Boykin, who was arrested and who was suspended from playing in the Alamo Bowl game. Now, this guy, he was top 10 in the Heisman running for 2 years. Now he's a senior. He goes and gets into a fight at a bar because somebody is heckling him. Are you serious, brother? Somebody talking smack to you, and you're going to get into a barroom fight. Come on now. Are you serious? Now, he got arrested. He wasn't able to play in the Alamo Bowl. So check this out. They put a senior, first-time starting senior, in the game in the Alamo Bowl. TCU was losing the game. The Oregon Ducks was whooping up on them. This senior brought them back.
Come on, Longhorn. We only got a few minutes.
So that's my big dummy.
Okay, we rehashing the game. We only got a few minutes. Hey, who's your big dummy?
All right, so apparently this weekend, the Vertasia Hills couple found a peeping Tom. Basically, the guy was a young teen who was completely naked. His private parts were covered by a sock, and his face was covered by a Ronald Reagan mask. They called the police, basically. It's a video, and the video is very funny because the couple got it recorded. They got surveillance outside their house. It's really funny because it's just like, okay, police didn't find the suspect, basically. But I just think it's hilarious, like, and they think it's funny too, but then they think it's kind of quite disturbing that someone was naked watching them until he got caught. So that is my big dummy for 2016.
All right, my big dummy is since Longhorn, you say I'm not hard on my team. I'm going on the Patriots this week. Last week, I don't understand. You in overtime, Belichick. You win the coin toss. You receive the ball. You do not kick the ball off, and that cost them the game. It's as simple as that. I don't have to go into no long, drawn-out detail. The facts speaks for themselves. The head coach of the New England Patriots was my big dummy for the week in 2016, starting it off. That's my big dummy. All right, everybody get their last word before we get up out of here. We got about a minute left.
All right, everyone in Detroit, I hope everyone had a great New Year. I hope you follow us on Facebook and like our page at Detroit Sports Jersey 313. Also follow us on Instagram at Detroit Sports Jerseys. And I am out. Everyone have a great week.
Longhorn.
Game time, prime time, Detroit Sports Jersey Media time. And I'm gone. Everybody have a great week. See you next Sunday.
All right. I want to thank everybody for listening, whether you listen live on the radio or on YouTube, and everybody on TV 33 for watching. And soon we'll be moving over to the new studios and be broadcasting in the Virgin Islands. So that's going to be a new thing. I'm looking forward to that jumping off. And so we're here live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Detroit Sports Jersey Media. I'm out of here.
Thank you, listeners from Detroit to Central Texas, for joining us here live on Detroit Sports Jersey Media with your host, Will Sims, and co-host, Longhorn and the Jersey Girl, every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on FM 88.1 WHPR, Visit us at DetroitSportsJersey.com. Straight sports talk. No professionals here. Have a great week.